once more. This is CNN. This is not CNN.
This is definitely...
This is abso-fucking-lutely not CNN. This is, in fact, Soundcheck with Pathos Logos.
Yep. I am Wolf Blitzer.
And I am Dan Rather.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in, America.
That's right.
We're here to tell you all fake news.
Yes. In Dalhart, Texas, a man was found with a tentacle growing out of his face, which he uses to do abstract art. And it is greatly contributing to the economy of the city.
It's amazing.
That's
and
right.
in Idaho Falls, it is actually raining cats and dogs today. So bundle up.
Yes, literally just spontaneously appearing out of the ether. Experts theorize that there is simply a tear in the fabric of reality and that a doggy daycare on Earth 2 is going to be missing a lot of its clientele.
Yep. So if one of those pets happens to be yours, bummer.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Earth 2.
Yeah,
I guess.
sorry.
You gotta buy another puppy, dude.
Yep,
So.
you're going to need a new puppy. So anyway, Paul, new week, new episode.
That's right.
What is going on with you? What's up with your life?
I'm gonna be, I have been before, and I am actively moving back into the space of being jog guy.
You're the job guy.
I'm being jog guy again. I have gone a long time without being jog guy. Always feel better being jog guy. Comments, anybody out there jog? Getting that cardiovascular shit together?
Dude, I was actually at a job the other day, and I saw one of those, like, stand-in-place elliptical machines or whatever. Not an elliptical machine. What do you call it? A treadmill.
Yeah.
Right? Which I think you had told me about. It's like a single-person
Oh
treadmill.
yeah, it's only a couple of $100, and it doesn't have the like thing that you hold on to or any of the stats or
Right.
data. It's just literally just the.
It's so you can run or walk in place.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It immediately got me thinking, like, how does a motherfucker not fall off of this thing?
I actually easily, and I know that because I had one, and I jogged on it so much I broke it. It is busted. It is fully ruined.
You got the Fisher-Price version?
No, it was good. It was good.
I mean, like the kid version or something like that. Like it's only built for 80 pounds or something.
It had something like a 400-pound weight limit.
Damn.
But I fixate, and I used it a lot, and it fucking broke.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm just built like a dwarf out here from Lord of the Rings. Breaking treadmills, guys.
Oh, man.
That's the way that I do it. Yeah.
Wow.
What have you been doing, buddy? Hopefully not breaking treadmills.
I can honestly say I have not broken a treadmill this week, so that's nice.
Well, that makes one of us, buddy.
Yeah. Let's see here. What's going on? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Not a whole lot has really been happening this week for me personally. Getting some work in, you know what I mean? Getting my shreddy shreds,
You were
my tappy
you were
taps.
traveling for your job. You were in Texas all week.
I was in Texas this last week. It's true. Yeah, I avoided the ice storm from many, many weeks ago. But yeah,
Right.
I was in Texas to, just kind of do some inspecting.
Do a little inspecting this, little of this, little of that.
Little of this, little of that. Eating some Mexican food. It was delicious.
I know it was.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And now I'm back.
You're no longer in Texas, which we know for a verifiable fact because you are physically here doing the show.
It's true. I rode my dinosaur back.
All the way back.
All the way back, buddy.
That's right.
Yep, and so now I'm here and we're doing the show. I'm kind of like amazed that we've gotten past the episode 25 mark. Not that I didn't think that we would do that many episodes, but that's like a lot.
Oh, no, yeah, and it's giving the where did the time go effect.
Where did the time go?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it feels like we just started yesterday.
Yeah.
This is the point where there's like a montage. Richard Marx's Dreamweaver kicks in, and we both like look up, and it just kind of like goes into the best of Soundcheck with Pathos and Logos. But actually, that's not going to happen because we don't have that kind of a budget for this episode.
not for this episode. Usually we do because we're extremely wealthy and well off.
But now that it's the new year, the end of fiscal year 2025, we had to spend our whole budget.
Yeah, we actually bought the moon.
Yep.
Which is the reason why we're a little cash poor right now.
Yeah. Our money's all tied up in real estate.
Yeah, that's right.
So what are you going to do?
The moon wasn't cheap.
It cost a little bit of money. Aside from that, though, dude, the big news.
What's
big
the news? Dude?
I know I'm always like Deftones guy, But
Everyone's Deftones guy.
who's not?
Who's not a Deftones guy?
Everybody's a big Deftones fan.
That's right.
Okay, so listen to this. Deftones sold the rights to their entire catalog for an undisclosed sum of money.
Okay.
Okay. But the reported multiplier, because I guess this is how it works when a band is selling a catalog, right?
Yeah.
If it's like a mid-level band or something like that, you might get a single-digit multiplier like 8x up to a low double-digit like 10 or 11.
Sure.
That would be like a normal deal for a catalog.
Right.
If you're like a superstar type band or like a very huge artist, you will like land anywhere between like the 12x up to the high double digits. To my knowledge, I don't know that anybody's gotten the 20x figure yet, but I had read that Deftones got an 18x figure for their catalog.
Oh,
and so what that means is, depending on how much their catalog was worth at the time of the sale, like just for easy math, if it was worth $10 million, they would have gotten 18x or $180 million for the sale of their catalog, which is...
They've got $180 after all that hard work.
And now, I'm not saying that's how much they got, but
Yeah.
I'm just kind of doing the math for you guys. Even if the catalog was only worth $1 million, which I would find that hard to believe at this point
Right,
in their career,
right.
you're still pulling in 18x on the sale, right? Which is fucking great.
Yeah, so undisclosed number, but there are extremely high odds that they are all multi-millionaires now.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up. You said that they're all multimillionaires. One member chose to retain all their rights.
Really?
Yep.
Do we know who this person was? All that was stated is 18x multiplier, one chose to retain their rights.
And that one chose to retain their rights, and that is how the deal was struck. Warner Music was okay with it. What I want to know is, who do you guys think retained the rights in the band?
Let us know in the comments, y'all.
Let us know in the
Let
comments.
us know.
I'll tell you who I think. I think it's Stephen Carpenter.
Do you?
I do. I think Stephen Carpenter probably kept his rights to the music, yeah.
Now, in the face of such staggering numbers, how much money that is, not that I misunderstand why an artist would want to hang on to their rights. It seems fairly self-explanatory, but I think in my head, the game changes because... Dog, you could have made so much money.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But that also means that you're cut out of any of the future revenue in perpetuity. Okay. And then so the interesting part of that deal is apparently about 2 years old now. Yeah, so the deal was actually struck a couple of years ago, which means that's before the release of their newest album, Private Music, which, remember last time we talked about this, Private Music is doing so well that Around the Fur was re-released on vinyl. Surprise, surprise, does it make sense now? And
so
that shot up to number 4. So, whatever member it was that retained their rights to the catalog is doing just fine.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Not missing meals.
They're definitely not missing meals, especially if they're going to continue to like kind of go back to their roots, I guess, in a way, and put out music sort of like akin to private music going forward.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man! That's
right.
Bravo. I personally think it's Steph. I think Steph probably would have kept his rights. I don't necessarily. I just got a feeling. I don't know. Right. I'd just be interested to know what everybody else thinks.
Let us know in the comments, y'all. Who do you think kept their rights to the Deftones?
Yeah, that's juicy.
Yeah.
That's a juicy little bit.
Titillating.
It is titillating. So there's some more new news out there.
What is the new news?
The new news is Draghoria has a new singer.
It's true, isn't it?
It is. It's true. And he's here today.
Oh, Lord.
I know.
Vast studio audience, millions of the internet. It is with great pleasure that I crashed out. I couldn't do it. We'll cut that part out. Guys, it is with a great pleasure. We are very happy to introduce the new and improved Draghoria.
Yeah. Alex scored my favorite episode.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we got the new guy here.
Oh my God,
There we go. What's happening, man? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Come on in, have a seat. Everybody get comfy.
Oh, yeah. I remember this couch.
Do you remember this couch now?
That's right. You would remember this couch.
It's been many moons since I've seen this.
Quite some time. Quite some time. Yeah, that was about to say, that's fun, too. That's a fun thing, having Draghoria back on. Alex is our first repeat offender.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, Alex is our first two-time guest.
That's right.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
So currently you hold the crown, dude.
That's right, dude.
Alex holds the crown, yeah.
Alex holds the crown anyway.
It's true, but
That's
as
a
far
bad
as far as
motherfucker
the
right
Pathos, the Soundcheck with Pathos and Logos crown, motherfucker, you got it. You the world champ.
That's right.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
not the intercontinental champ, not the television champ, world
champ.
World champ.
Yep.
Soon to be interplanetary champion. And Victor, it's nice to meet you, man.
What's that?
Yeah.
Guys, how are you?
We're doing good.
Great.
Was it a very long and arduous drive getting here today?
Oh, yeah. The moon is actually really far from Greeley, so
Real estate deals left and right, dude. That's
Yeah.
how we do it in Pathos Logos.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. Somebody needs to own the moon. It may as well be us.
That's right. We bought the moon. That's where the new studio is. A little less oxygen and gravity here, but we make it work. Mm-hmm. We do. Enough terraforming equipment with that sweet Pathos and Logos cash. So, just out of the gate, dude, when did the switch happen? Victor, how long have you been with the band now, man?
Since December, right? We started
yeah,
playing in
that sounds about
November.
right.
Yeah, we actually made the decision at your guys' show. Yeah.
Oh, no
the
shit.
bowling
Oh yeah, at
alley.
the bowling alley
Oh,
show.
look
That's
at
when
that.
that's when we
Yeah.
asked him if he wanted to try out and
Oh, that's
see if it was a good
cool.
fit.
Crazy.
Oh, that's
Drunk
fucking
as
great.
hell, dude. They were like, "You want to be the vocalist?" I was like, "Whoa."
Okay. All right. So I'm glad you said that because I immediately I was gonna say the first thing I thought about when you guys look at the bowling alley show. Yo, dude, I talked to Ron for a while and Ron was blasted. Blasted, dude.
He was on. He was on the fucking moon, dude.
Yo, almost
wild.
fell off of his chair at one point. He was talking to me like this, like, God, you know, and he wasn't mad. He was just like, you guys sounded great.
No,
I was
dude,
like,
he's just like a true fucking thrasher, dude.
Yeah, dude, it
You
was
know what I
awesome.
mean? Just
No,
like
that's how he asked me. He was like, "Victor." You
No,
wanna be
It's
He's like, "You want to be the?"
He just
like,
we gotta. This is
straight
that's
up
Sorry,
sepultura.
my bad,
Yeah,
dude.
that's an
Straight to
Arise
Sepultura
shirt. Yeah,
album.
that's the Arise shirt. I'm
My
sorry,
bad.
I didn't want to. I hope I didn't stretch out your collar right there.
Oh, you're good.
Just like
I know we just like
double
grabbed.
We're just yanking fabric
I'm
in
so
these
sorry,
shirts,
dude.
dude.
I'm sorry.
It's all
He
good.
leaves, his fucking shirt is all ripped off. He's got a black eye. What the
No,
fuck?
like, dude, like the show went well, but now I have to buy another fucking shirt. Dude. Like,
I got in an accident. Jesus.
no, that's just Ron's love language.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's just
Just yeah.
it's that South American communication. They just want to make sure that you hear them.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all.
Loud and clear, buddy. Loud and clear. Shout to Ron. Love you, baby.
So that's cool, man. So the whole thing happened at our show.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
fine.
So I'm gonna go. We were the catalyst for this.
Yeah.
Fully taking credit.
Just be like, we're
We
taking
don't
all the
even
credit. for it.
interview them. We just talk about ourselves.
Yeah.
You're like, what'd you think of the set? It
No, it's weird, actually. They didn't talk at all.
was actually a really good set. I remember being up front. Like I was like, nice.
Oh,
I remember one of your
Hell yeah.
strings. You had like 2 uncut strings from your guitar. One almost got me in the face.
Oh, no shit.
No, just kidding. But
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
I was like, oh no.
I became the singer of Draghoria and lost my vision the same night.
Dude, I almost had like a weird flashback because you know this. We've played long enough to know that I have hit somebody in the eye
Oh, really?
with my guitar. Joe from Stabbed in the Face, dude.
Dead. Oh, or dead in the face?
Dead in the face.
Dead in
I'm
the
sorry.
face.
I stabbed him in the face. I got
that was like almost accurate.
pretty close. Pretty
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
But yeah, that's why I was like, oh no, dude, you would have been the second casualty.
Oh, no, that's fine.
That was not good.
It's hazardous work what we do, dude.
You
There's
can't-
always the risk of catching a headstock.
Yeah,
Fucking-
you just can't be around me.
Oh, that's the
homie.
worst.
I need like a 20-foot radius.
Yo, when I was playing with Swashbuckle, do you remember the band scrutiny within.
How could I forget?
When was the last time you heard? So we were on tour in Florida, and they, honestly, to their credit, they did a great set. But the drummer, they had a different drummer. It wasn't Bill Four. It was another guy. He might have been Vinny. Might have been a fucking Vinny. I think it was a Vinny. And they're on stage in the club. He takes his drumstick and like triumphant, like played a great set. This motherfucker goes throw his stick. Entirely goes over the whole audience and then butt end of the stick in their tour manager's eye.
No.
Dude was concussed and was fucked up for 3 days.
Jesus.
So be careful. But bro, I know. Like,
I think of Nacho Libre, that guy who got when he throws the corn on the cob. And the guy's like,
God,
you just referenced one of my all-time favorite movies.
damn, Nacho Libre.
Great, dude.
Remember that scene? He's like,
just fucking dancing, dude.
That's
halfway in there.
That's like their first interaction in the alley, right? When they first run into each other and they start wrestling each other. Oh, dude, it's so great. That's awesome. Well, yeah, man. I mean, I'm glad to hear that we could be a part of the Draghoria evolution
the lore,
story.
Dude.
Yeah. So, what do you guys have in the future then? I saw that you guys had clips posted already.
Yeah, so we've re-recorded the Eternal Sleep EP with Victor.
Okay.
We dropped the one single. We'll probably have another one coming out in the next couple weeks or so.
Okay.
Just kind of doing the 2020 band thing where you roll out a bunch of singles instead of dropping your load all at once. So. But
that's real though, dude. Like there's a lot of bands doing that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the way to keep people engaged now. So, and then the whole EP should probably be out sometime in May. I'm guessing is time frame. So
That's cool as fuck.
That might align with the new Pathos Logos.
I could.
Nice.
I could.
We might have to talk about that.
sick.
That's
Will do.
cool, man. So, okay, so you guys are redoing are you redoing any of the like drums or anything like that, or is it just vocals?
Just vocals.
Okay.
Everything's
mix it.
everything's gonna be remixed
Yeah.
essentially.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, that's sick. So it's gonna have like the same artwork and everything though, or?
no, actually, Victor's a sick artist, so he's redoing the art as well.
Say more.
Oh, we talk. All right, yeah. I've been working on the piece for a while. It's been taking a bit longer than I thought it would, because digitally I'm not as skilled as I want to be, but charcoals and stuff like analog drawings, I fucking kill them.
Really?
Okay.
I'm really good at like just like stuff like this, like just realism art.
Hell
It's
yeah.
hard for me to translate it digitally. I don't know why. There's something about colors that I don't understand as much as just like the grayscale and gradients.
Right.
But yeah, I've been putting a lot of work on it. I did put a good old 6 hours on it a couple days ago. I've had my sibling help me, who's really good with colors, but
That's awesome.
yeah, they kind of got tapped out. They're like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Right.
It's an intense piece. So I did redo a lot of it. Cause I don't know if you guys know the first one was AI.
Oh.
Yeah. So
No.
I did redo the whole positioning. There's the same cloaked figures. There's a figure on the bed. I kind of made it look a bit more visceral and violent, like what's happening. Yeah, so that's something to look forward to.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something a bit more than just floating hands over a body, but it's been really challenging. But the other day I did hit a really good breakthrough point where I was like, ooh, I feel more confident now. Because I remember the other day I texted Alex, I was like, I think I bit off more than I could chew. I was like, I'm freaking out. I spent all day on this.
Yeah, but that's so real though, dude. You do sometimes feel like you painted yourself into a corner.
Yeah.
How the hell do I figure this out right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it like? Okay, so then, as a person who is not a drawing artist or whatever, I don't want to say I'm not an artist, but I'm not a
Visual
Not
artist.
There you go.
necessarily a
Thank you.
particular medium is
that's not necessarily my medium. So I guess what's the difference between doing it digitally and doing it analog?
I guess it's the same thing of trying to get what you want from a DAW, trying to learn all the little things, because it's there's so many different digital brushes. It's like, which one do I use? And you get all these options and color. You know, the DAW has like infinite amounts of like that. That's why I think of it like the program I'm using has all these options and buttons, and I just don't know exactly how to get what I want from it versus in just going into the nooks and crannies in the trenches and just like
going in there with your hand and lead or chalk or charcoal or something like that, right?
Yeah, so I did go in, I did draw it on paper first with just graphite. And then afterwards I took a photo and then I started going. I needed a lot of help just to start it off from my sibling. Like my sibling's like really good at digital stuff, but I'm not. So I was like, please, I need help doing this, building the layers up.
Damn. Is that usually how it's done then? So if somebody is a classic illustrator or something like that, and they've drawn like a sick piece of cover art like this, and then they're going to digitize it, I mean, do they just take a picture and that's it? Or do you have to do it in the computer?
It just depends who you are, what you do as an artist, what your process is. I know people who like to just do the final like touches on Photoshop versus some people like to do halfway 50% and do the other 50% digitally. It's just who you are as an artist and what your process is like for you. You know, everyone does it differently. Some people work on multiple different layers on a photo. And some people are insane. They just work it all on one layer.
All of a single layer. Yeah, so it's almost like if you mess up, like, you're no going back, right?
Yeah, you're screwed.
I can appreciate the commitment to it, though, because that's sort of like when you're recording music, right? Sometimes you just have like the sound there already, right? Like, or like say you're using a pedal or something like that, and you're like, I'm probably not going to be able to recreate this later, and so you commit it to tape, so to speak. It's sort of like that in a way. You know? I've gotten to the point where I've kind of like gone back to committing effects to tape, as opposed to doing effects in the box or like during mix or something like that. I'm like, nope, let's get the sound right now and record it, and then don't have to worry about it. Don't have to like write down the settings and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's just there.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of music is like mood dependent, like on how you write it, obviously. So like that kind of leans into that a little bit. Like what mood you were in when you were writing it, that's conveyed in the final sound and the final product, just like what effects you use and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. So, capturing that
cool
spontaneity.
Way to, definitely a cool way to approach some stuff for sure.
Well, speaking of recording, we had Partialist here a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And they mentioned that you had recorded their EP, CD, whatever it is, their
EP.
next release.
Yep.
And they were totally pumped.
Oh, yeah. They were stoked as fuck.
Yeah, they were. I think Corey mentioned the first song, like, just with working with him was like 1,000,000 hours or something like that, because he was like we got to use 18 different guitars or something like that. And so he was like, yeah, Alex kind of put me in my place and we settled down and we were actually able to get things done after that. But I was just kind of laughing like, oh yeah, buddy, I've been there.
You guys wanted to use like all these different guitars on the Partialist track? Or?
Well, he like kind of had decision paralysis, I think, on which guitar he wanted to use. So he like shot out a bunch of different ones, and eventually like it didn't seem like he really wanted to settle on one, and I was like, this is probably the best route to go. Like, I'm going to advise you this. Like, I'm happy to do whatever you want, because, like, it's your music, but, like, I'm going to advise you this, and, like, that's kind of the way we ended up going.
Especially for consistency, track to track to track, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, well, what guitar did you guys end up going with?
Well, so, actually, I think we did use different guitars on each track.
Oh.
Because I can't remember exactly why. I think some of the songs were tuned differently, like different tunings per song. Yeah. So he had different guitars set up in different ways. I remember he had like one was a Jackson Dinky, I believe, with like an Evertune bridge in it. That thing sounded great.
The Dinkies, man.
Yeah.
Right? It boggles my mind.
Pretty sure it was a Dinky.
Yeah, the Dinkies are so fucking reliable. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think I've ever played or heard a Dinky where I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
Just get this the fuck out of here.
They're all just pretty good, huh?
Especially for, you know, I mean, I think a lot of people consider them to be like intro guitars, right?
Yeah.
They're sort of shorter scales usually. I mean, for what would be considered an introductory guitar, dude, those guitars fucking shred, man. Like right off the shelf. Right off the shelf or off the wall. They're great, dude.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're cool. Jackson.
Yep. And then I remember the other one. One of the other ones we used was like this purple LTD. I think it's like the Mike Stringer signature or something like that.
Oh, he mentioned that while he was here.
Guitar or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that thing sounded pretty good too.
He was talking about. I think I saw when we saw you guys play with Partialist and Filth. I think over at the Moxie. That was a cool show. I'm pretty sure he was playing that guitar.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was looking at it, I was like, this motherfucker's playing a purple guitar right now. It was like purple or pink, fuchsia, something like that. Yeah, and I was like, damn, okay.
I mean, he's a great guitar.
He is, dude. Yeah. He's,
Yep.
Yeah, he kind of seems to keep that close to the chest, but yeah, motherfucker's shredding. Well, that's great, man.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and check out some more of the Partialist stuff. Yeah. You guys should go out and check out some more of the Partialist stuff after you check out the Draghoria stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just feel like it's cool coming full circle. We had them on, and now we have you on. So it's cool.
Yeah.
The inner circle, right?
Is that episode out yet? Sorry.
It's not. It's not out yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's not even out yet.
No, so you guys are episode 26, and they are episode 23, I think. Nice. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure their episode comes out next week.
I think
cool.
That's right.
Yeah, their episode is out next week.
When you say you guys had Partialist on, I was like, I don't remember. I actually work a lot, so I actually listened to like 5 of you guys' episodes.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I started with the one with Alex on, and then I went to, there was some dude who had like ear on his, or surgery on his ear.
Tyler from Buried in Lies.
And then another chick from a Denver band. I've listened to like quite a amount while I'm just working.
That's great,
when you guys are like Partialist one, I was like, wait. I was like, let me go put that to save to watch later.
Cue it up.
Pathos and Logos, the soundtrack to your life.
I'm just looking delivering packages, and there's like, you guys is talking in my ear. I'm like, oh, nice. Cool.
Oh, dude, that's great to hear, man. Yeah, that's super good.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, no, I remember I was listening to the one with you guys and Alex, and you guys were talking about how you don't like Archspire, and I was like,
we got a little bit of hate for that one, dude.
People were a little mad
on YouTube specifically, because YouTube is hit or miss, man. Like it's I guess it's kind of like that with any place on the internet. You put yourself out there, you kind of put it up, and it's funny. Like you'll have people on like Instagram where it's like, yo, this shit is dope. Fuck yeah, we agree with you. But then on another platform, it'll be like the complete opposite. Be like, fuck you guys and everything you wrote in on Archfire is the best.
Death threats to your family.
Yeah, and be like, what have you ever done? And like in rapid fire pace, you can tell the way they're typing it. It's like, okay, but it's just kind of nuts the way that works out, dude. But
no, that's funny. I didn't feel that way.
You know what, man? I'll say this, dude. That like it's. I always try to leave space, and I know you guys are going to know what I mean when I say this. If you're talking about a band where you've heard of them, you recognize their name, I feel like there is a basic level of respect that you have to put on their name, dude. Like, even if you don't necessarily fuck with them personally, be like, like Archspire is fucking up. You know what I mean? Like they're out here doing it, dude. You know who they are.
I know what you mean.
You know, even if you don't necessarily like, listen to their music every day, be like, kind of killing it, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's not your alley, but you
can't talk about that like they're not out like fucking making it happen in these streets.
Yeah, that's how I feel like about a lot of bands. It's like I don't like that, but I respect them. I respect them.
But I feel like particularly with metal too, dude. Yeah. Like you can't. I feel like I say this in every episode because it's just it's demanding music. And you can't just do it. You know, you can learn a couple of chords on a ukulele in a half an hour and make something that sounds like a cogent piece of music. Metal music requires a lot of discipline and a lot of hours put into it to be able to make it happen. So it's just like, if you're to even be able to do it at all, dude, like the era of being allowed to suck a little bit is over. Like you've got to be good if you're out doing it, dude. So
it's true. Yeah. The what did you think of the new Archspire record? Because they just had one come out a couple months ago. Too Fast to Die.
The singles I like them a lot. Like I prefer the last album, Bleed the Future. That's like That just
That's your fucking
scratches
jam
all
right
my
there?
brain itches right there.
Takes care of all of it, right?
Yeah, even the one before that, the one with
Relentless Mutation.
yeah, Relentless
Yeah.
Mutation. I love their music. The new stuff I really like too. Their music video is really good.
Yeah, dude.
The 8 Mile.
Yes.
That was so good.
Yeah, very creative. And then they had the whole PR thing about like what happened to the singer? Like the singer went missing, and they're like, we
yeah.
found him or
Yeah.
something like that. Like just last week, they're like, we found the guy.
He rejoined the band and
Yeah,
he comes back with a blonde wig that's like super long.
Like he looks like he's in Steel Panther. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like them. They there's like I was playing them on a road trip a couple weeks ago, and my younger brother was like, "Damn, this sounds like someone's trying to kill me. I feel like I'm in Texas Chainsaw Massacre." I'm like, "Dude, that's exactly why I love this music. It's literally what it's like. The soundscape, the atmosphere, the environment their music provides lets like certain thoughts come into your brain. You know what I mean? Just like." So I love them. It's okay, and I understand why people don't like them because I didn't like them for the longest time either. I remember the first couple years I knew them. I even opened up for them in my old band, and I didn't like them. I was like, their vocals suck, and now I regret that shit all the time. Now.
Well, it's the vocal delivery for me. So bad. Dude, like
it is weird. It is a little weird.
I have no, it's not even like saying it like, oh, I don't like it. If anything, that is one thing that impresses me about them.
Yeah.
Dude, like I only just learned how to do any amount of false chord vocals at all, and I still like to a great degree am on like the Fisher-Price toddler like long vowel sounds, you know, like, and this dude is out here like doing fucking calculus.
Yeah.
So here, now I have a question about this because you're on it, Vicky. You listen to the band a lot.
Yeah.
So Spencer Pruitt is obviously no longer the drummer for the band.
Yeah.
And they do have a drummer, and I'm just like, that's a level of exclusivity that is so insane.
Yeah.
Like, did it take them a long time to find the guy?
I have no idea.
That is an acceptable answer.
I don't know.
Why don't you know these things,
I
Victor?
thought-
Come on, man.
I barely learned that they replaced their drummer a couple months ago. I was like, oh, I remember hearing something about that last year.
Yeah, Primus had auditions.
Yeah.
It actually was just a year for them, too. They've had their new guy for a year. But Primus had drummer auditions, and Archspire was having drummer auditions, dude.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, be like, it makes you wonder if they're not going to be waiting a while. You can't, I mean, that level of, like,
I know, it's insane.
Yeah, dude. Like, and him even like strategically placing all of his cymbals like lower than his heart and stuff. Like, not everybody thinks about the instrument that way, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That stuff is really
Scientific, dude.
But
Yeah.
you have a good point. It's not like you're going to be drawing from a large pool of drummers. Even the most elite drummers some of them would look at that and be like, nah, I can't do that.
Yeah, be like
Yeah.
4 hundo, dude. Like I'm out. You know, like somebody who's fast could look at that and be like, I don't know, dude.
There's only like 2 people who have like covers of Archspire, drum covers. Like it's like the same 2 people. You look up, 3 or 4.
Yeah, because nobody else can do it, dude. You know?
Yeah.
It's 2 people with really good audio and 2 people with shitty audio.
Still playing the parts good
They're
though.
still playing,
It's just
yeah.
like phone audio.
Yeah, if you can if you can actually track at those speeds, man.
Yeah.
It's the same 4 people though.
And that's probably why the video quality is so bad. He's like, I've spent all my time fucking figuring out how to play this.
Yeah.
You make the video.
Yeah, I'm not
You know,
going to spend time learning how to make a video after learning all these drums. Like,
Yeah, he's like, literally all I can do with my hands is this, dude. It makes me think of that meme we saw where the dude's playing blast beats. He's like, I spent my entire life working on my hands so my wife can do this with her
Oh no,
hands.
yeah, it's a split shot of like my hands look like this, so her hands can look like this, and it's her signing divorce papers.
Oh, dude, I saw that shit. I lost.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
I saw another version of that. It's like the same thing, blast beats, but then it's like card declined, and she's like trying to like buy something at the
My
store.
hands look like
Hard
this.
decline. That's fucking great.
It is. It really is for so many musicians something that you do just for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, the average Taylor Swift fan is going to be like, man, I really love the new Taylor Swift record. And Denial. Like, there's not a lot of, there's not a lot of crossover.
Yeah, we ain't doing the blast beats for the money.
It's true.
Do it for the love, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do it for the love.
people are actually joking when they say that pays the bills because
That's
it doesn't.
It does for some, but
It's a very, very small percentage of some. That's for sure, dude. Usually, once you get into blast beat territory, most people are like, I don't know.
right.
I
Yeah.
love blast beats. That's like one of my favorite. That's probably my favorite sound to hear in metal. Is just like blast beats. Like you hear the ding 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 ding. Like and you hear like the snare and the kick just. Just like intertwined. It feels like when you're going like full speed on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like literally what it makes me feel. Like you're like a dragon going like 280 miles per hour.
Sir.
Like I love blast beats. I don't understand why people don't like it. Like my best friend, we both grew up listening to Slipknot.
Yeah.
And then like recently he told me, he's like, I just don't like blast beats. And I was like, dude, we're literally talking about people equal shit every morning, like in 7th grade. That was like the best. That's like the ta 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 ta.
You don't change your mind now.
That's the first track on Iowa, isn't it?
It's one of the definitely on Iowa. I don't know if it's the first track.
Is that the one that's like where it starts with fucking blast beats?
Yeah.
It's like, and here we go again, motherfucker. Is that song?
The gate.
Yeah, if you put on Iowa, there's a creepy, weird song. Really creepy. It's
Oh,
actually
that's
one of the members
right.
crying because his dad just died. And that Ross dude threw him in the fucking booth, was like, yell about your dad dying. So if you put on Iowa, that's Sid, the turntablist, crying about his dad, yelling about his dad who just died. And it sounds really creepy and scary.
It does.
But
dude.
after that, people equal shit comes in like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, dude.
And so your
sick.
buddy who's been listening to the song with you for years is gonna look at you and
Since
be like,
7th grade, dude. We're 30 now, dude.
and he's like, I don't like blast beats.
I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, we kind of diverted, like, after high school. He went to, like, he kind of just stayed in the nostalgia era of post-hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to, like, the greatness.
You kept pace.
I'm like fucking the Viltrumites from Invincible. I'm just, like, the strongest one ever.
Good reference,
It
dude.
was like fucking brain. You know the galaxy brain?
Oh, yeah.
That's dude. That's me, but with like a Bud Light and McDonald's, but galaxy brain.
Brain food for sure, dude. Brain food for
There's a
sure.
way of fucking Archspire in the background.
I have achieved my final form.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, but then he'll hit me up. He's like, dude, remember Escape the Fate, dude? I'm like, oh, God, dude. I'm like,
Yes, I do.
Some
I
of the
remember.
great stuff, but like, dude, you need to listen to some new stuff, buddy.
Yeah,
you tell me this every fucking 6 months.
Dude, honestly, that's so real though, man. Like,
It's
some
true.
people, as a music teacher, kids show you new shit all the time. And so, like, anywhere ranging from, like, new metal stuff, I have a 12-year-old kid who's coming in and he's showing, like, he's clocking, like, Electric Callboy. He's like, they just dropped it.
yeah.
Not that that's something like Archspire.
I like the Electric
Oh, no,
Callboys.
dude, they're very, very good.
I like their music videos, too.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
they're
their music
fun.
videos are great, dude.
They're funny, but kids just keep you aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
So that door for me is always open. Like, you learn weird shit. I'm like, I know, because some of your job is teaching Olivia Rodrigo songs to 11-year-old girls. I'm like, I know a lot of those lyrics now, dude. I do. I'd be lying. But there's some people where that door just, like your boy, that door just closes.
Yeah.
You know, like, bless his heart. Sean, I love you. My brother Sean, like, is a little bit like stuck in his like grunge era. You know what I mean? Like, like Alice in Chains is still going, and I'm sure that the music that they're making is still very good. But like, I fell off a little bit, and he's like, I'd go and visit him in New Jersey, and there's some song in the background when he's talking to me, and it's some modern Alice in Chains song that I've never heard in my life. And I'm like, there are other bands. They didn't stop making them after this. There is more material.
You bring up an interesting point, though, because let's be honest here. The majority of humans get basically once they graduate from high school or maybe even college, that's sort of like where their musical tastes lie for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
That's their time capsule. That's the soundtrack to their life at that point.
Their life.
And it stops, right? But what has always been odd to me is like your life doesn't stop in high school or after high school or right after college. Like we're still going, man. And there is still lots of good music coming out, you know what I mean? And so it's just kind of odd to me, man, like to be like going back and be like, yo, dude, have you heard the first Korn record? Like that shit is hard. Like in 2026 it's like it just doesn't hit the same anymore, dude.
It's like, you have a nostalgic attachment to it, but it does feel a little funny when somebody tries to make the argument that like the first Korn record from '94 is still like the hardest shit out there.
Better than anything you've ever heard.
Bro, you need to listen to the Los Exorcisto Devil music record from White Tommy. Heaviest music out there, bro. Like,
music never evolved after that. I don't know.
The rest of it is just
It's all been downhill since then.
That's right.
Yo, I will say this though. There are a couple bands, the Cavalera Brothers specifically, that have been re-recording their previous catalog.
Yep.
And they're doing it fucking right, homie. Because, yo, dude, Morbid Vision, Schizophrenia sound... they don't just sound good. The re-recordings, they sound fucking great.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Schizophrenia, the re-recorded version of Schizophrenia sounds so fucking good, dude. It sounds so good.
It's crazy that they like retained the right like rawness to it too. Like, because those albums never sounded amazing because they were recorded like probably pretty poorly for the time. Even they didn't have the budgets they had like in the '90s when they did Arise and Beneath the Remains and stuff. But like they retained the rawness while like bringing in the like clarity, I guess, if that makes sense.
They just kind of like modernized the sound in a way. I feel
they're
like the
great.
songs are a little bit faster, which is cool, okay? But then like so they, how do I say this? The production value is intended to sound like it was still in the 80s.
Yeah.
So you have like the roominess of the drums, and there's a lot of like, I don't even know if you want to call it hall reverb on the vocals. Just 80s verb. You know, the infinite 80s verb on the vocals is there. It's there. But you can tell that it came out in 2025 and it fucking slaps.
Yeah, it's so good.
I wish more bands would do that. Dude.
Well, because you kind of have to, because that sound is more like, it's supposed to sound a bit messy, right? Like, I've heard examples of bands like that, like, I don't even know what bands to name, but I've heard there's like some bands have like that raw old school sound. It sounds good, but the more albums they have, they sound more highly like the production sounds cleaner. Yeah. And the songs just don't go as hard anymore because it's just like has like this weird polished vibe to it, Yeah. So like that, I'm glad. I don't know what Sepultura thing you're talking about, but I get it. I get it that. That when a band retains the level of rawness that from the old one, but still finds a way to push it further, that's pretty sick.
Korn is a good example of a band that you're talking, a good example of a band that you're talking about, where at the beginning everything sounds very raw, right? Yeah. But by the time they're putting out like album number 3, it's so glossy and produced. Yeah. I'm not.
It's like antiseptic.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's the antithesis of everything that you got into it for originally, right? Yeah. That would be like, I don't know, Bad Brains going and recording some of the original Bad Brain stuff, but doing it in all like Superior Drummer and with quad cortex or something like that.
Auto-tune on the vocals.
And auto-tune on the vocals, dude. It's just not gonna hit the same. Yeah. It's not gonna do it,
That's funny.
That's wild, dude. I think more bands should do that. I've only seen the Cavalera guys doing that, dude. I don't know. Are there any other bands that are doing that?
Nobody else comes to mind that I can think of.
Yeah, that have gone back and been re-recording their catalog.
Testament did one album. It was like 20 years ago, though. They re-recorded. They re-recorded stuff off of the Legacy and the New Order, I believe.
Okay.
Just like a handful of songs, but yeah, it was full album of like re-recorded songs from the 80s.
I want more of that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's super cool.
I do too, and it's a good way. Like, it's especially if it's a legacy band like Sepultura, right, or the Cavalera brothers at this point. There's no reason that you can't bring in new fans or expose new fans to your old music by bringing the old music into the new, right? Like, those songs still fucking rip, dude. Troops of Doom, come on, man. Like, that shit is awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm like getting all worked up about it.
No, dude, I feel you, dude.
I think they're gonna do Chaos AD as well, aren't they?
I'm not sure. That'd be sick though.
Cavalera AD.
Yeah, it is almost in a weird way, a way that you can take the OG thing and like, no, this is relevant again.
Mm-hmm.
We're like in our 60s and we played a little faster, actually.
Yo, imagine if AC/DC came out and they're like, we're just doing Gent, but they're like it's all their old songs and they're re-recording them now. And they're like, back it up, and it's fucking like slamming, dude. That would just be hilarious to me. Yeah, dude. Leonard Skinner puts out fucking Sweet Home. I don't know.
It's funny that you would bring that up. I think about that constantly.
It's all heavy.
Yeah,
dude.
I hear patterns in my head. I don't like how you did that. I actually hear gent versions of Leonard Skinner.
There you go.
AC/DC now.
I'm an ideas guy. That's what I am. I'm an ideas
producing
guy.
it right now.
Dude, that's Bill Murray. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's great,
Bill
dude.
Murray. Yeah, I could think of a lot of bands that I would want them to redo albums. Like, I wish that would happen too.
That's a good segue, I should say. So, what would you say your influences are?
Shit. My 6th grade, I got into Slipknot, Limp Bizkit. High school, Dance Gavin Dance became my favorite band in high school till literally now. Like, it's consistently every album I've fucking passionately listened to for like hundreds of hours. Veil of Maya, Dance Gavin Dance, probably my 2 favorite bands.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah, and going into my 30s, Humanity's Last Breath and Archspire. Those two, I cannot stop listening to the atmospheres that the music provides. Like, we already talked about Archspire, but Humanity's Last Breath has like an atmosphere of being like on a different planet.
Oh yeah.
Like a real xenomorph,
dude.
Pitch shifted dissonance chords, like.
Let's hit on that for a second, because Humanity's Last Breath is fucking Buster Odom. Yeah, now that's not his main band. That's like his side piece or whatever, right? Because Viljaharta, I think, is his original band,
yeah,
right?
and Throne. He also does Throne.
Is he in Throne too?
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah,
Buster.
he's the drummer in Throne. I don't think he's in Viljarta.
Is
I
he
think
not?
He just records and
really?
produces their stuff.
Is he the drummer?
Is he?
Yeah, he's the drummer.
We need to
maybe.
Apparently, we need to all bone up. But either way, he's at least related, and he's got his fingers and all that stuff, right? And he does have a very specific production technique, right?
Oh, yeah.
And yo, dude, every time I hear Humanity's Last Breath, I'm like, this has got to be what like metal on Mars sounds like. Because I don't even know how you describe the atmosphere, but they convey it very well. It is otherworldly, yeah, that's a trip, dude. So heavy too. Oh my god,
it's soul crushing.
So heavy, bro. That's one of those bands where, like, I remember, like, when I was in high school, or like, you know, people would make this analogy all the time. They'd be like, "Yo, dude, Cannibal Corpse is the heaviest thing I've ever heard. Imagine what music will be like in 20 years."
Yeah.
That's Humanity's Last Breath.
Yeah.
Right, where it's like, now it's like, well, what could even be heavier than that? You can't even imagine it.
And they somehow, every time they release a single, it gets somehow. You're like,
I don't know. I mean, aside from the other projects that Buster is working on, I don't know that any other bands are that fucking heavy, dude. That is just, it's annihilating to the senses. You know,
dude, I confess I have heard of Humanity's Last Breath, and I have heard them endorsed. I've heard people say good stuff, but I haven't checked them out. There's no turning back now. I'm going home after this is done and listening to fucking Humanity's Last Breath.
It's funny. We met at the first time Humanity's Last Breath came to the U.S. We met at the show.
Oh yeah.
no shit.
That's when we met
awesome,
like 2 years ago.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so it wasn't for them, we wouldn't even be here on this couch.
wow.
Shout out Buster.
Shout out Buster, love you, dude. Fucking.
What a fucking story arc,
Yeah,
dude. That's crazy.
cool. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys met at a Humanity's Last Breath concert.
Yeah, cattle decapitation.
And cattle decap, dude.
Zenith Passage.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a sick show. It was like the Chaos and Carnage tour.
I
like
was just
2
gonna
or 3
ask.
years ago.
Yeah, that's fucking sick, dude. Are you guys looking forward to Flatline Fest this year? Did
Yeah.
you hear
Oh,
the
yeah.
lineup for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Aborted,
gonna rip.
Archfire, dude. What?
Yeah.
Aborted.
So with Archspire, for me, like the vocalist has always been like my hang up for,
It's like a
for
little-
them. But now I'm gonna see them live, so maybe it might turn me the other way. You know, I might go, yeah, Archspire can pull it off live, because that's always been in the back of my head. Is like, can they do it live?
Can they do
Yeah,
that?
dude, like,
And I know they can,
Yeah.
because they're Archspire. But
I've seen it for myself.
It's like,
It'll-
I was there.
I'll probably fall in love, honestly. Well, let's be honest here.
But that's real though. That there's a part of you that even though like he is not lying, he's seen it. You're like, this fucking dude can do it. But there's that part of you where you need to see it yourself.
Exactly.
You just need to see it for yourself, dude. That makes sense.
I could see Archspire being one of those bands where if you haven't heard their music prior to seeing them live, it's probably like, what the fuck is even going on?
Absolute barrage.
I think it's a matter of like you have to let them annoy you first before you like them. Because there's two of my favorite, Dance Gavin Dance and Archspire, is literally how like I did not like those bands at first. Like Dance Gavin Dance, my best friend showed me a song and I turned it off within like 3 seconds. I was like, this shit sucks. Like but now I got like 4 tattoos of them, seen like 14 of their shows. But same thing with
I noticed
Archspire.
on your hand there, dude.
Yeah.
Strawberry Girls?
No, Dance Gavin Dance.
Oh, okay.
It's the death of a strawberry.
Because it's got the strawberry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No,
I had a student who wanted to learn "Death of a Strawberry."
It's a good song.
It's a great
It's a
song.
sexy
dude.
song, dude.
It is. Yeah, you know that the dudes are going on a couple dates.
that's a good student. That's a good student. I love your student.
That's great. We're going to get so many clips out of this episode already.
yeah.
This is going to be
Dude,
fun.
but yeah, same thing. Like what I said with Archspire. Like I hated them. Like did not like their vocals. It took literally like years of like, okay, I like this shit. All right, like
That's interesting.
sometimes that's the most real love you'll ever find out of your favorite bands.
I
It's
was
the one-
just going to say that,
Yeah.
dude. I was literally just... Okay, so, I love Deftones. Love Deftones. First time I heard Deftones, I got the first record, Adrenaline, fucking put it in the CD player, listened to it for like 15 seconds. I was like, this sucks. Took it out, put it on my shelf for probably 2 or 3 years. And I
Damn.
remember I was going to go trade the CD in. And I was like getting all the CDs. I was like, I'm going to go get the new fucking Pantera or whatever. And so I'm like getting all my CDs together because I'm going to trade them in so I don't have to buy this new one. And I was like, I don't really remember this. And I listened to it over again and I was like, what the fuck is the matter with me? How could I not like this, right?
Yeah.
So that's an interesting one. Have you had any bands that you have grown to love but did not like at first?
like just the slow.
Definitely,
burn.
yeah. The first one that comes to mind is actually my favorite band, Opeth.
Isn't that, dude, isn't that funny?
Like at first
dude?
I was like lukewarm as hell on them. I was like, it's just like kind of slow and boring. And then I started listening more and I was like, oh, I understand why it's slow and it's not boring. It is slow sometimes, but like, yeah, definitely them for me. Like
that's
top
a
tier
good
band.
one. Oh man, so that's funny. So everybody, what about you?
Yeah.
Now that you've put me on the spot, I can't think.
He's like, I love all
Like-
music.
I will definitely. Yeah, fuck. Who's an example of that?
It's
I can't think of it now, dude. I will think of it at 3 o'clock in the morning, long after this episode is done.
It's
He's
usually
gonna call.
ones you like a lot. For some reason, the fact that you don't like something first and then like it,
Yeah.
it makes you embrace the whole thing more. And
It's like more sustainable in some way.
Yeah.
It never burns out. It's evergreen.
yeah, it's like when
Yeah.
you don't like someone at first and then you guys become like really good friends.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, what
yeah.
the heck? That's weird.
How does shit like that happen? Yeah, it does. There's a phenomenon. So this is related, but I had a conversation with somebody about this the other day, and I'm sure that you, or at least I hope, you can think of some examples. But the phenomenon, the bizarre human psychological phenomenon of being obsessed with a band or a record or something like that, and you go nuts, you go absolutely ham on it for a time, and then straight up forget it exists.
Yeah.
And then come back to it a year or two later and be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, how could I ever have forgotten this? But you do. Like, do you have any examples of that where you fucked with something too many?
If they want to go first.
I'm trying to think here. So you're saying something that...
Yeah, like you got super into it for a time, and then just somehow stepped away from it. Didn't mean to. It just kind of worked out like that. And then you rediscover it later, and you're all like, how could I ever have stopped listening to this for like even 10 seconds?
Okay, so yes, I do actually have a good one for you. And the answer is Slipknot.
Yeah.
Slipknot, because I was definitely an early adopter of Slipknot.
Yeah.
I did go to the first Colorado concert that Slipknot did when they opened up for Coal Chamber at the Ogden. They couldn't even fit everybody on the fucking stage, dude. And so I was an early adopter of Slipknot. But by the time third record, Volume 3 came out, I extremely disliked that band, dude.
Right.
And it's taken me a while now to come back around where I'm like, okay, dude, this is good. I can get behind this. Especially the first two are still classics for me. Iowa specifically, when I go back and listen to Iowa, I'm just like, I knew I liked Iowa at the time, but it was almost a little too heavy for me at the time, right? Too death metal. And now that I go back on it, I'm just like, we need more blast beats, dude. What the fuck? So Slipknot would be that band for me. Loved them at first, hated them at second, and then now that I'm in my third act, I like and love Slipknot again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so what about you, Alex?
Damn, I don't know if I've got one here, honestly. Oh yeah, no, there's definitely one. Cephalic Carnage for me.
Okay.
Because like I grew up listening to them because my dad had played with them and stuff, like opened up for them and like traded it off, opening up for each other and whatnot. And then they stopped jamming, so I forgot about them for a long time.
Yeah.
Then I start drumming and get to play with them at the Gothic when they come back, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about these guys. Went and listened to everything, then forgot about them again. Then see they're playing Flatline Fest, then I'm like, oh, I need to go listen to Cephalic. So like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I listened to their whole discography over 2 weeks, and I was like,
Shout out
yeah.
to Cephalic Carnage, dude. Colorado band, dude, going way back. Xenosapien, homie.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, John was an insane drummer on those
dude.
albums.
What Cycle of Violence? Is that the first track or something?
Yeah.
And the cycle of violence. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, never heard that song before. Have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Never heard that one before.
Shout out to Cephalic Carnage. You guys ever want to be on the show? Come up.
Yeah, come on up, y'all.
Come
on up to the moon, dude.
We'll come on up to the moon. We'll send a
The
rocket ship for you.
With the escalator is really long.
It is really long.
We're in oxygen.
Yep. You can think of jokes on the way up here.
That's right. Dude, so hilarious that you guys are going to laugh at me for this. Lamb of God. I got real into As the Palaces Burn and Ashes of the Wake. Like, fucked with it every day, dude, for months. And then again, just that unintentional, organic, like, getting away from it for a little second, listening to some other stuff. And then I think I heard As the Palaces Burn somewhere and was like, oh, like, yo, like, and that was when you, or it might have been Vigil or something like that, but just hearing it again after a long time. And that was I think that was the first thought that I had was like, how did I forget that I was fucking obsessed with these records? Faceless, Planetary Duality.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
I forgot, dude. When we were doing We All Have Day Jobs, dude, back in New Jersey.
Yeah.
We played in a band called We All Have Day Jobs, and and Max had shown me. Shout to Max. Max Litchman, what's up, baby?
Yo.
Showed us the Planetary Duality record, and I was like, I don't know, like, it just blew my mind. It was so sick. And then just gone, you know?
Yeah.
And then I heard the Ancient Covenant at some point, which is like, and the the kicks on it. That was like, fucking, how did I forget that this was etched on my brain for like months, dude?
There's a weird phenomenon in metal music, right? Because it's like every time a new record or a new band comes out, there's always something cooler or better, or just be like, this is fucking awesome, right?
Yeah, dude.
Whereas like with pop music, it's not like you don't get a banger like every single fucking week or every 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Like you get some hits here, and then other than that, you pretty much hear the same songs on Top 40 radio for a whole fucking year, right? But think of all the metal tracks that come out in a year, dude. Like there's no way to keep all that shit like in your head all the time, you know?
I guess that's right.
Because there's always something that comes out new, and it's be like, oh yeah, you thought 330 million BPM was fast? I got 340 billion.
Yeah, you're just drooling. Like,
Yeah, dude, and people are like, it's the craziest thing I've heard since last Friday.
Stops. The flash comes in. It's like, hey, you need to stop, dude.
yo, you are making me look bad.
Yeah.
Like,
The smoke alarms are going off. Stop it.
yeah, right. Just melting things.
So, okay, dude, so what about you? What a band that you liked at first, left, and then came back to?
I think for me, it has to be like when Veil of Maya started singing, they added a clean singer. I did not like them for like 3 years after that. So one day I was listening to it. I just bought this $300 soundbar. It's fucking nice. And I decided to bump one of the albums I didn't like. And I think me and my roommates were tripping on a lot of mushrooms that day too. And
Like you do.
And so I think they couldn't handle. They were just laying in their room. Oh yeah, it was his girlfriend. They were just laying. So I went to my room and I'm tripping balls, and I put the album on. I'm like, holy fuck, this is so good. I swear, I think like one tear came out. Like, I was just like tripping balls, and like this news. I had barely gotten this soundbar like the day before too. So like it was just like
Full immersion.
it was just like
experience.
like it was beautiful. It was probably one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. Like I remember like laying on the bed to the album playing. And I could just picture myself in like in a mosh pit, but everyone's like 360 floating, like I was just like, yeah, it was the Falsetto album from Veil of Maya.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was. That's the one where everyone thinks they try to rip off Periphery, which is kind of true, but it's still really good.
They're just changing the sound up a little bit. Yeah. Veil of Maya is one of those bands that has changed their sound quite a bit over the years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The first time I saw Veil of Maya was opening up for Cattle Decapitation.
I'm jealous.
Dude.
That was probably their peak days.
That
dude.
was early. That was
Yeah.
that may have been like the first album, maybe the second
Saw
album.
Common
You
Man's
know?
Collapse. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, dude. And I remember seeing them live and being like, "This is fucking crazy, dude."
Yeah.
Like I had never heard them before, right? So seeing it live for the first time was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening here. But then, like, to see them, like, the last album, for example, completely different band. Dude.
Yeah.
It sounds completely different. I think their singer left, too. Didn't he,
Yeah.
recently?
Good. I didn't really like him. Dude, I've met Vale before. I love you guys. Like, Sam is my homie. He's giving me free tickets to Vale. I've given them my art. Like, they all have pieces of my art.
Oh, no shit. That's rad, dude.
Yeah. So nothing against Lucas. I love him. It was just. It's like I think they should have started a new band if they were gonna alienate everything. You know, like. I respect Mark. He's my favorite guitarist. I think he's like a walking alien on this planet. The fact that he just like went to Falling in Reverse.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
They
realize
went on
that.
hiatus, and he's not even writing music for Falling in Reverse.
Well,
he's just playing the money.
Sure.
money
Yeah, I was
riffs.
gonna say, dude, he's
just getting the
it probably
paycheck.
comes a time
Those
where
checks are probably not small, dude.
Yo, Ronnie Radke just did like 20. He did some absurd amount of money in a nonstop merch sale.
Yeah.
Like a live stream merch sale, and did millions
I
of
bet.
dollars.
shit.
Yeah.
He set the record for the most amount of merch sold in
Oh, I
like
saw
24
that.
hours or 48 hours or something like that. Dude, I want to say it was, I don't know, it was millions of fucking dollars. Though,
Yeah.
dude. And it's just merch. You know what I mean? Like, we've talked about this numerous times, dude, where it's like, at what point do the bands not even have to play shows anymore?
Yeah, you
know
just
what I
become
mean?
a merch company.
Yeah, you're essentially just
Slipknot.
more than that, the first thing that I immediately think, outside of that's absolutely fucking staggering, is how do you pull that off? You've gotten orders for merchandise. Like, we had played in Loveland the one time, that one fest, and Texas Hippie Coalition was playing there, and they had a literal, like,
Semi-truck.
yeah, they had, like, it was like a closet or something that they brought out, legitimately full of merchandise.
Yep.
And I was all like, okay, so like a band at this level, scaling their merch sales looks like that. What do you do if you've got multiple millions of dollars?
Yeah.
We gotta call Jeff, Kyle. You know? Jeff, get ready to do a lot of work here, buddy.
Shout out to Jeff Needens.
Jeff Needles, baby.
What's
but,
up,
yeah,
baby?
but like, what would you do? Like, that's warehouses full of
You know,
of merchandise.
you bring up a good point. I don't even have any, like, yeah, where do you even have all those fucking shirts, dude?
Yeah, dude. Like, Roddy Ranky's got him in his basement. He just got him all down. He's got a prepper bunker filled with fallen in reverse merchandise.
It makes me think of like Jamie Josta. Jamie Josta's always talking about how he has these storage facilities filled with like old shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, does Radke does he own a fucking public storage facility somewhere? And he's like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to need every single one of these.
You actually have a decommissioned missile silo underneath somewhere in Nevada. It's just got nothing but fucking bugs and shirts in it, shit, dude. Like,
But dude, for what it's worth, I mean, so Veil of Maya is a good one. That band has changed so much over the years, dude. They don't sound anything like they did at the beginning.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I've come to love the stuff that I didn't like at first, but it didn't go down a good road because I saw their last show, Summer Slaughter. They headlined it, and the two bands before them, kind of like. Just
stole the show.
Yeah,
you can say it.
Yeah,
you can
but,
say it. I'll say it for you.
They went on hiatus right after that.
Yeah,
after
maybe
that tour, that tour like definitely destroyed them. And, like they used to play like heavy, crazy riffs, insane blast beats, and then now it was just like choruses, like all the singing songs.
Very glossy,
dude. I remember Brendan, their first vocalist, used to do heavy, nasty lows over the beautiful melodic parts, and it was just like it had this like sense of euphoria. Like it was heavy, caveman heavy with the vocals, but also like liberating with the beautiful choruses. But now it was replaced with very whiny, sing-songy.
The opposite of that.
And I just did not like that. The crowd, half of the crowd stayed for Veil, which is more sadder. Like that kind of made me sad. And they
were leaving.
They didn't even ask for an encore.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn.
They didn't even get to play It's Not Safe to Swim today, bro.
Oh, shit.
But
That's the only reason you go and see Veil of Maya.
I get it. I do love the music that they came out with, but ultimately I have to agree with everyone that didn't want the change. Like, you know what I mean?
We talk about this quite a bit in that bands change their style, bands get different members and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what we say all the time is, like, change the name of the band.
just at least call it a different project.
Just say it's a different project. You know what I mean? You can still have the same members even, or switch it up, but just call it a different project. And then you have the liberty in a way to, I think fans will be like, okay, they're clearly they're going to try something different. They're changing the name. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's funny when bands are like, yo, we're Veil of Maya. This is fucking, a Lady Gaga cover or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for people to come with you on that shit.
Yeah.
It's funny too how simple of a psychological trick it is. Like all you have to do, it could be all the same dudes. We know it's you. Just like particularly when there are so many cautionary tales, and I will always come because some part of me, the sophomore in high school in me, who is still pissed off about this, Metallica went like 20 years where they were just like, you know what we're going to be? Bob Seger. That's what we're going to be for like 2 decades.
Whiskey in the jar, ho.
Yeah, and that's fine, dude.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I get it. You don't want to play riffs where your fucking wrists hurt for a while. I get it. But they were like, no, this is us. We're Metallica. We're infallible. You have to accept that this is what we're doing now. And it created a lot of resentment, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
They
like,
should have been Rockalica at that point.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
you just,
Licka.
Just
No
like
metal.
that.
No metal anymore.
That's funny.
Yeah, just call it something else. And then when, if the mood should strike, you want to go back to the sound that, let's not forget, got everybody into you in the fucking first place, then you can go back to it, no harm, no foul, dude.
I think they realized that when they put out the record with Lou Reed. And they did the Lulu thing. They were like, we better not put our fucking name on this.
Yeah, but
You know?
but it was almost like too little, too late.
Yeah.
I always thought that was a Metallica record because the floodgate was open. Be like, no, we're Metallica. We're doing a record with Tom Waits and a dead cat, and
This is us now.
The entire album is just us throwing beach balls at each other, right? And you just have to accept it.
Yeah.
You know, just call it something else, guys.
Yeah, is that so bad? I mean, there are bands that do that all the time, like Corpse Grinder, Adam D, and Shannon Lucas have that like side project, and I forget the name of the band. It's awesome, dude. Like it's so fucking heavy.
Yeah, the
And
name escapes me. I know what you're talking about.
I think they've only got one record out at this point, but just call it a different band name.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're a different band, we're a supergroup or whatever, and just let it fucking be.
Yeah, like Corpse Grinder doesn't promote it as a Cannibal record, dude.
Right.
You know, like just it's its own separate thing. Just leave it alone, dude. Dudes don't get it. And you don't get it after so many other motherfuckers fucked up and did it the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Yeah, they're going to be like, we can do it right. Sure.
Yeah, we're different. We'll do it better.
I think bands, when they come out with their first body of music, it has to be as weird and polarizing as possible. Like, just in case you do change like that in the future, you know what I mean? It's like, just make your first body of music, like, set the fucking standard, you know? Like, like I've been writing a small little body of music with this guy.
Yeah.
And every song I've written is just like different flavor. Like we got blast beats in this one, none in here. We got a lot of crazy riffs in here, none here. And I'm even gonna have one of my rapper friends go in and feature on one. And I told him, I was like, I want it to be like overly auto-tuned, like sound like the most SoundCloud rapper, like you know what I mean? Like,
808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah. So and honestly, it's so like that. And if I were to come out with that, say in a universe where this shit blows up, we make more albums. Like at least that will set the tone. It's like we already did weird shit on here. You can't complain that it's on here or here or here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I think bands need to start doing that. Like, just release a song that
Be weird.
Yeah, that so in the future you don't fucking, you know, you already planted that seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're sort of seasoning or training your fans
Yeah.
or conditioning them for a change in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Or otherwise you'll pigeonhole yourself into a genre or a stereotype or something like that. I mean, imagine now Archspire trying to put out something that was a ballad. You know, like
probably go
Yeah.
hard on some Mozart.
I mean, I'm sure they could,
Yeah.
but would their fans
Yeah,
be
exactly.
okay with it? Their fans would be
Yeah.
like, I want rapid fire vocals and 800 BPM. And
Yeah,
if
where
it's not-
are the blast
My
beats?
1200 BPM right now.
Yeah, exactly.
No?
Where's Ollie going?
Be like, no, instead, we're going to play a sonata for you. Yes. Well, fellas, this has been a great conversation. It has gone so fucking fast. I know. We're going to have to do this again. We're going to have part 2. As we wrap up, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you and what to anticipate in the future from Draghoria?
Find us on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere where you stream music.
There you go.
We've got that new EP dropping.
And that was going to be in May, you said?
Yeah, re-recorded vocals. Same EP that we released before, just with Victor, obviously. Okay. That'll be in May.
So look out for that.
At some point. So
sweet.
Date TBD.
Date TBD. I love it.
We do got a one. You want to?
you guys have a show or anything like that?
Oh yeah, our first show is at the Federal too. First show with Victor.
Okay.
Federal Theater, February 27th. A couple weeks. So.
Oh, that's funny. That's the night before the Brayburn Showcase, which is on the 28th. Okay, so you guys play on Friday then, and theirs is on Saturday. Okay, sweet, dude. We know what we're doing that weekend.
Hell yeah.
Dude, we'll have to. Maybe we can get some live moments from the show, dude. We'll like work them into
Alex wants to drop one more song before the concert, right?
Yeah, we're not sure when we're doing that yet,
sorry, my bad.
but yeah, we will have one more single dropping before the show too.
Okay, sick, dude. That's excellent.
Probably a couple weeks or something.
Okay, well, something for people to look forward to then.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you guys check that out. Go and follow Draghoria on all of the socials and YouTube and Spotify, all that fun stuff. Make sure if you've had a good time watching this episode to like, subscribe, drop a comment. And Paul, what do we say at the end of the episodes?
We're never gonna bore you. Shout to metal warriors. Listen to Draghoria.
Oh!